Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Vegas Beat, the sports betting show for guys and gals who like to bet sports. I'm Tony George from DocSports right there. That ugly son of a bitch in front of me, that's Griffin Murphy. No hat today, Griff. What's going on?
I don't think anybody on DocSports, any of our subscribers, anybody has ever not seen me wearing a hat. Decided, you know what, the hell of it, I'm not wearing a hat today. I got the hair out.
That's the beauty of this show. It's a casual show. Just two guys kicking back at the sports bar, slamming down a few bevies, just talking about sports, bitching and moaning. And I'm going to start to bitch right now.
There we go.
You know what? It's amazing. I don't know what people think about sports handicappers, but we're the same as everybody else. We just got a crazy job. Mm-hmm. That's it. We've chosen this, and Murphy's Law was in effect for me today. Anything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. We've all had days like that. And during those days, sometimes you F up at work. Yeah. Well, that was me today. Now, this podcast, The Masters, yes, that's a beautiful green hat. And by the way, this hat stays in a box until Masters Week every year. This hat now is 12 years old. I bought it in 2013 down there when Adam Scott won my last trip to Augusta. But nonetheless, I've been touting all week. I did on Doc's Daily yesterday as well, which, by the way, I still never got a thank you note from Craig for stepping in and hosting with no warning whatsoever.
You got one from me and Nick. We had a riot, man. Are you kidding me?
It's only because of my preparedness, my thrift and reverency, my skill set, my years of experience in the business that I was able to pull that off without any warning. But that being said, I did a podcast yesterday with Wes Reynolds. If you haven't seen it, it's on the YouTube channel now. Wes is one of the best PGA cappers in the country. Some of the best PGA content online at vsin.com. Now, you got to be I think you pay like $9.99 a month over there to be a premium member, and you get to watch all their shows and not wait for them to come out on YouTube. You can watch them live, and it gives you all a bunch of picks and articles and betting guides and a ton of stuff. Now, obviously, I get that comp because I do shows on their network. But nonetheless, Wes, one of the premier guys, I spent, and people don't realize, Griff, how much time we spend we're not throwing games up against the wall and see if they stick. People don't understand the schedule involved. Now, there are some websites where I do think they go out there and throw it up against the wall and see if it sticks. But we're not going to talk about the demerits of our competitors. We're going to talk about the merits of our own company. We're taking the frickin' high road because that's how we roll. Yep. But I spent at least 20 hours putting together a top 10 and top 20 card for the Masters. The website that I use, which I cannot mention, since it's a major, they changed up their odds menu. So I'm going to top 10s and top 20s and working off those odds like I always do.
Yeah.
Come to find out, because it's a major, they also offered them on the first round, not the entire tournament. And I was using bogus odds once I posted my card, and I had a 7 uni. I had a 7 uni on Scotty Scheffler to finish in the top 10. But I'll tell you, I'll give you a free play. He's going to finish in the top 5 anyway. Let me pull up an actual odd. And that is currently plus 120. Plus 125. Now, I apologize to everybody out there, obviously. There were a lot of guys. We have customer service, which is great for Docs, Griff, because we actually have real live customer service. They help you when there's a problem.
It's not some AI company who's ignoring you and answering your questions. There's actually guys you can call in and they'll answer the phone and talk to you and talk you through everything. Very respectful people as well. I mean, awesome guys. I mean, I'm not going to throw out their names, but we have great customer service. It's not you're calling AT&T and waiting on hold for 3 hours and then some guy doesn't speak English who picks up the phone. We actually have legitimate customer service. Tony, go ahead and take it back. My bad.
Yeah, well, anyway, they handled it, but I had to take the card down. So it's bad news, good news. Okay? It's like when you approach the first girl in the bar and she turns you down, that's bad news. But the good news is there is no concern because there's more than one girl in that bar.
Damn right.
You gotta go down. You got to go down the looks chart a little bit. Got to kind of slide down the hot crazy matrix. But
Great.
for you youngins, us old cats, I found the best looking gal in the bar 35 years ago. I just married her. That's it.
Simple.
Yep. Griff's met her. He'll vouch for her.
Absolutely. Greatest woman in the world. I love her. I love her. She's awesome. She's awesome. We won't go down that right now, though.
Easy on the eyes and puts up with my bull crap in this living. But nonetheless, I apologize to everybody. We got it straightened out. So the good news is we're going to do 4 days of head-to-head Masters bets. We're going to be betting head-to-heads. I was going to be betting them anyway, but on the website, if you put out futures picks, top 10s or top 20s, you have to put them out on Wednesday, and they expire before the start of the round, and then we're not allowed to put out head-to-heads daily because of our grading system and our credit system and all those things. Yeah. It makes it easier for customer service. So nonetheless, and speaking of customer service, and then we're going to get to the NBA real quick. I got a question for you. You were talking about customer service. Well, when AT&T first bought DirecTV, and I got the NFL package every year, and it still was under the DirecTV thing, although AT&T had taken over the company, it still was under DirecTV. I couldn't get my package up on Sunday, first weekend of the NFL. Griffin, this is a big concern.
That's not good at the George house. Absolutely.
No, it's not. And then Tony, well, I'm having to clean this up because this is family entertainment, but it got ugly. Now, I'm not going to tell you it got ugly. And I finally got a guy on the phone. And when he's talking to me and I can barely understand him, I hear chickens in the background.
Yeah,
chickens. And I said, sir, where are you at? I'm on my farm in India. I work for DirecTV, but I'm at a call center and I live in India and I'm on my farm. Let me shut my door so you can't hear the rooster crowing. No kidding. This is where we're at, in America right now. I mean, come on. Dude. So it is rare that Docs has that customer service. So, Griff, I haven't been to the website. What do you got going on the website today?
Yeah, Tony, I absolutely unloaded the tank yesterday, as we talked about on Docs Daily.
Yeah.
And I ended up smacking every single one of those plays.
Did you really?
I did.
Who was your NHL play?
NHL, I had Columbus. I had them on a 7-unit plus 110. Slaughtered that.
I wanted to text you because I couldn't figure anything out yesterday. Nothing just looked good to me, and that
was a weird day.
And the fact that you didn't text it to me is a party foul.
I figured once we got off the air, you were going to ask me, and you never did. So I wasn't going to shoot it and just say, "Hey, here's my play." I got another one tonight. I got another one tonight.
Okay, text me the son of a bitch because I had that podcast with Wes and I was prepping for that. I didn't have time to do anything. I got you. Okay, so today, so you fired hard yesterday, hit a bunch of home runs, and then what's up today?
So yesterday I cracked a 6-unit best bet on the MLB diamond. I had the Cardinals. I had a 5-unit in NBA. I had the over between the Boston Celtics and the Knicks. I cashed that one. Then I had a 7-unit on the ice with the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I cracked that one as well. I'm back today on the diamond. I have and the soccer field. 7-unit best bets on the soccer field. That play goes off in 50 minutes. That's a 3 p.m. Eastern time start. And then I'm back on the MLB diamond with a 7-unit best bet. That play goes off at 7 o'clock Eastern time as well. I went 2-0 yesterday in baseball. I took the Athletics on an alternative run line play at plus 240 odds, 3 units. Ended up smacking that play in a 10-4 final. So I went up $1,400 and $1,410 profit in baseball alone. So I'm loaded up again today. I've got 2 plays on the MLB diamond. I've got 1 play in NBA, and I've got 2 plays or 2 plays on the ice today, 4 units in total. So we got a full slate again today, Tony. I'm ready to go. But how about you, man? I'm talking. I can't even catch my breath. Damn it.
Well, yesterday was a real bad day for Mr. George on the diamond.
It happened.
Yep. How about those LA Dodgers on the run line minus 110?
They can't win. They can't win outright against Washington.
8-2 loser. I look like a novice greenhorn, no good POS handicapper today.
Yeah.
So you know what I do? You know what I do when that happens? Oh, by the way, just for craps and giggles, yeah, I went against your advice yesterday because the pick was already out about how good the bullpen was for San Francisco. I had the over in that game.
Oh.
So, you know what I'm doing? Sometimes it's what you don't do that counts. I step back today. I'm stepping back. I had my head wrapped around these Masters picks, which failed because I had to take it down, go to head-to-heads. So now I'm looking at first-round matchups all day today till frickin' 10 o'clock tonight, checking out box scores, readjusting my database in Major League Baseball. My run line algorithm system we used with so much success last year has yet to populate enough for it to start spitting out a bunch of winners. I know guys are anxious, but I'm not going to bury anybody, out of the gate. We're down like, I don't know, $600 on the year. It's okay. One good card and you're way up and then we're rolling. But I'm not going to, I'm just not going to chase when I don't feel it, so to speak. You look at all the numbers you want, and, a lot of these young cats strictly go off algorithms and all these different sabermetric systems, all this stuff. I still got, even when I use those systems, if I don't feel it in my gut, because I've been there, done it, seen it for 33 years, I don't do it. And today I didn't feel it, man. I didn't feel it.
Tony, that is psychology 101, and that is the biggest killer to every single sports handicapper, any day trader in the financial markets, any type of person. Less is more, ladies and gentlemen. You need to understand that. When you are in a rut, that does not mean chase. That does not mean double down. That does not mean, okay, we're attacking this game because I kind of like it. If you're in a rut or you're in a situation, you never want to overwager. You never want to chase. You never want to attack. It's all about intuition. And as Tony just mentioned to you guys, he woke up today, he saw the board, didn't like anything on the board. He trusted his gut. He trusted his intuition. That is how you find success in the markets, whether you're day trading the financial markets or you're wagering on sports. You have to trust your intuition, and it's got to align with what you're seeing on the board. If you're chasing and you're pulling out games left and right, throwing units out, chasing your loss from yesterday, well, guess what? You're going to have a hell of a season, and it's not going to be up. It's going to be down. I've been through this rope so many times. I started day trading the financial markets 13 years ago, I want to say it was now. I learned that rule about 4 to 5 years in when I was down nearly $60,000 at 22 years old. Had absolutely no money. Every single dollar I made, I was rinsing into the markets, losing on day trades. Following day, I'd come back for another trade, come back for another one after losing that. Chase. Patience is key, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for the setup. Wait for the number. When that setup is there and that number is aligned, you crack the hell out of the son of a bitch. Otherwise, you stay off. So, Tony, full agreement with you on that one.
Yeah.
That is my biggest rule ever as a financial trader and a sports handicapper. If it ain't there, it ain't there. We're sitting on our hands because guess what? Tomorrow's a brand new day with a brand new slate.
That's the one thing yeah, exactly. And that's good to hear from a youngin', because a lot of youngins out there, they want to hammer every day, and, it's like my NHL. I've been a guy that's follows me on Twitter that's been a follower of mine for 20 years. So I followed him back so he can message me. Now, I don't do that with everybody because we got, a lot of clients and they'll bitch and moan about a $20 parlay card that you lost. They lost because you're free play. No, my premium 7 unit won by 28 points over the spread. You didn't go get that, but you used the free pick. And now, I'm the lowest common denominator, human filth. No, but he did say he sent me this note. He said, Tony, I've been with your NHL the last 3 years and you've won every year and you're quiet about it. And you only put out about 3 or 4 picks a week and they're usually singled out best bets only. But yet you're hitting, at this rate. Yeah. Why don't you put out more? That's by design.
Yep.
That's by design. I told Griff that the first night I met you in Scottsdale, Halloween night during the World Series 2 years ago. I said, Griff, less is more. And you already knew it. And that's when I told the owner, Docs, I go, the thing about that guy is, I didn't know you from Adam, I got to know you over the past couple of years. Whenever you're meeting somebody, you're trying to give your best first impression. So but I was impressed. I said, I want to let this play out a little bit. This cat could just be, bullshitting us. So we got to be careful. But I did tell you that night, I go, less is more. And you said, yeah, and you kind of told me the story about the trading, like you just told the folks here. And that's why I told the owner, I said, but I believe that kid's got an old soul that, and, I met your dad and he's a successful businessman and, he's taught you some lessons along the way as well as how to drink, I might add. Wow. Boy. Yeah, that boy's a professional. I'll give him that. Wow. Speaking of the devil, by the way, big game tonight. You may have a play on this and you don't have to talk about it if you do, but, Luka Doncic returns home to the scene of the crime tonight in the NBA. Do you have a premium on that?
I don't have a premium on this one, Tony. So if you want to jump in, I'm more than willing to talk about this game.
I saw his points, assists, and rebounds are like 47.5.
So his points over are 31.5 right now.
I like the points, assists, rebounds under.
I like points and assists. Agreed.
Yeah, I think that I'd play him under on everything.
Yep.
They're going to be ready for him. He's also going to have a lot of pressure on him. They're on back-to-backs. Where Oklahoma City just put him over their knee. The deal. And that is, in my opinion, and this is one thing about these props, I find more success with props on under the radar players. It's Absolutely. The big stars where they put out these odds makers, put out public perception lines. Everybody perceives he's going to go in there, throw up 38, rack the boards, this, that, and the other. I've got another player prop in that game for a player that's under the radar no one's talking about for that game. That's where you're finding success. And by the way, just to be totally transparent, not only did I stink on the diamond yesterday, I also sucked on the hardwood. Over 114 points for Chicago on the team total. I told you about that on the show yesterday. Guess what? 113.
Oh, I saw it end. I watched the close.
Mark Williams for Charlotte. He's been burying everybody. He goes for 8 points last night.
I do want to tap in though, Tony. I want to talk about this prop market actually. Now that we're
talk about it. If you're not, first of all, just telling everybody out there, if you're not exploring it, if you're not betting it, if you're not following our picks, I'm 63% year to date on NBA props.
Yep.
I hit 22 out of 30 NFL top pick props of 7 units. Just every week. You couldn't miss them. But
Dude,
it was never on Patrick Mahomes over 227 yards. It was somebody else. John Gray
exactly.
over 1.5. Field goal kickers. And then you could talk about it. Odds makers have a soft market. Now they juice up all the big name players because all the kids out there want to bet the big names.
Mm-hmm.
It's sexy to go bet the big names. Everybody wants to bet Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin in NASCAR because they're the sexy names. No, the value is in, Daniel Suarez over, somebody else that's back in the pack, that the odds makers haven't perfected a way to where the side and the total are like almost right on the money.
Yep.
They're leaving a soft market out there, Griff.
Absolutely, Tony. And I mean, you nailed it square on. The market has not grasped the prop market yet. The market is fully dialed in on the game. They're dialed in on the side and the total. So when you're looking for props, you're not looking at guys like Steph Curry. You're not looking at LeBron. You're not looking at Luka. You want to find these sleeper guys, these third man guys, the guys that are going to be the X factor in that game. And you could find assists. You could find all rebounds, all of these key little metrics. But the biggest take out of all of this is this market is untouched. It's very, very new. It's a new commodity. And I always reference back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a perfect example. I told everybody and their grandmothers when Bitcoin was at $2,000, buy Bitcoin now. This is going to change. It is going to erupt. People are going to start getting activated on this and start realizing what the blockchain does and what all of these alternative coins actually do and have purpose in. And the market has now got a grasp on it. The problem is now it's worth $100,000. I think it's at 77,000 right now, 78,000 right now. The market right here, the prop market, same damn example. This is where you're buying in early, but don't buy in early on these big superstar names. You want to buy in on the sleeper guys, the sleeper players. You don't want to attack, and you can, but like strikeouts, for instance. We'll go to baseball. You want to attack a sleeper pitcher over and under in strikeouts. You want to attack a guy to get a base hit. You want to find these little sneaky plays instead of going with Steph Curry over 30 points tonight or Luka over 31 points tonight, because every single public bettor in the world is going to know that Luka's going into Dallas where he used to play, and he's going to want to erupt in tonight's matchup. You have to look at the other way. And if you want to go on Luka tonight, well, guess what? You flip it and you go with this under, because the public herd is going to be drilling his over, because all they want is the excitement to see Luka score points, put the ball in the net, and cash their ticket. Well, guess what? Luka may score a lot of points tonight, and he will put that ball in the net, but he ain't hitting the overs. You have to look at this from a very specific spectrum of where is the public's heads at and where is the sharps' heads at. This market is an untouched commodity, and there is value all over the field. The market cannot get their hands on. There's at least 9 guys on the field across MLB, NBA, and NHL. At least 9 guys on the field or court or ice. Do you think the market has gotten a grasp on every single one of these player versus player metrics? Absolutely not. What they do have their hands on are the superstars. So you fade the superstars and you attack the smaller commodity players. And that is where you're going to find your value, Tony.
Luka, last time he played Dallas, it was in LA. I watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was back on, let me get this right here. February 25th. He had 19 points. Now, he did kick ass. He had 15 rebounds and 12 assists.
And that's the obvious. That's the obvious. You knew
Yep.
his points weren't going over. You knew he was going to be swinging the ball around because that is the coach's incentive. We need to stop Luka tonight, so he's going to be dishing it out. And that's exactly what we're talking about right here, Tony.
And LA went up from 3.5 to 4.5 now, total around 228. 107.99. If I had to, and it'll be on TV somewhere. I got the NBA package, so it's always on here. You've been in the lair.
I've been in the lair.
You've been in the chamber. You know what I'm talking.
Oh, I'd never leave. Tony, you get that damn Volt. You keep the girls upstairs. You do your damn thing, man. Nobody bother me. Nobody. No. We got games on all day. Tony's got like 3 TVs down there, and he just goes one spot to the next, ends up on the couch watching games all day, baby. Victory. That's the winning circle right there.
I always like to yell upstairs, don't bother me, I'm working. But at the end of the day, I kind of like that under. I kind of like, they're going to say they got tired legs. You know, they played OK City 2 in a row. They've been on the road. It's a back-to-back. Legs are just as tired on offense as they are on defense. Yep. And Dallas isn't going to threaten anybody on offense, so to speak. You know, and I'd be careful of that one. I'm still debating. I got a chance to go to the Royals Twins game tonight. It's a pick 'em.
You got Lugo on the bump.
And got Lugo on the bump.
I like that game.
And do you have something on that?
I don't have any action on it. I'm more than willing to talk about it.
It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em. Now, Kansas City owns the Twinkies. Yep. They own them. They've won 6 in a row, against these guys. 7 out of 10. They just got their number, and that's a pick 'em ball game right now, Griff. Totally. Your thoughts?
Dude, when I look at this game, I mean, right off the bat, you've got to understand that Seth Lugo is on the bump. And when Seth Lugo is on the bump, that is a bet-off game unless you are taking the Royals. This is a future Hall of Famer. He came from San Diego. He was sensational there. Since he's been with the Royals, he's been out of this world. Last season, I want to say he ended up the year with under a 3-point-something ERA. I want to say he was at like a 2.9, if I'm not mistaken. This guy
2.82.
2.82. There it is on the dot. Right now, he's got a 3.27 with just 1 start. I think he's had 3 outings. Joe Ryan gets the start for Minnesota. Joe Ryan is also a massive name in the big leagues, but he has been shaky for the past 2 years. And right now, he's already off to an 0-1 start. This Royals team, man, if you want to find some true value in this game, go look at the first 5 innings. First 5-inning line, I don't have that number up and pulled in front of me, but if you have a full game sitting at a -110 line, I would make the assumption, because Seth Lugo is a better pitcher than Joe Ryan, I would make the assumption around -135 tops, first 5 innings. You got Bobby Witt Jr. in the lineup, and all I need to talk about is Lugo and Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt, this is a 5-tool baseball athlete. The guy can hit bombs. He can hit with power. He's faster than anybody on the field. He can absolutely gunsling from shortstop. And he does not make errors. He does it all right. He hits a base knock. Guess what? He's stealing second and he's stealing third. All it takes is a sacrifice fly ball to knock him in. This guy is absolutely incredible. MVP candidate across the boards. Then you got Seth Lugo on the bump. Give him 5 innings. I don't see him giving up more than 1 to 2 runs. And I believe the Royals are going to come out and absolutely crack Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan is no longer a big name to me. He may be to the public, but this guy, I've seen him fail too many times. Divisional matchup at Kauffman. Give me the Royals first 5 innings. I bet you Bobby Witt scores within those first 5 innings on top of that, Tony.
Yeah, I'm going to look up a live line on that because, by the way, that's the way I bet it. I didn't put it out today. I told you I was stepping back, but personally, I liked them, and I figured I might end up going to that game.
Got to wager it.
It's a pick 'em. I would be surprised. Let's just see what that number is. KC. Let's go. I got the run line there. Pardon me.
KC's won 3 consecutive games. Minnesota's lost 3 straight, 2-6 on the road. Just playing terrible baseball. Not sold on Joe Ryan this year. Seth Lugo, absolutely stout.
KC -0.5 is +130.
Minus, I love it. I love it. And those are those sneaky
I go
plays.
half run, Kansas City, lay it. The thing that worries me about Minnesota, regardless of how the majority of their games, they've done 2 runs or less. They lit up the White Sox. They lit up your boys, and they played them. They had a couple games against Houston against crappy pitchers. They put up some runs, got in a shootout in one of them and lost. But at the end of the day, the Twins bullpen is good.
Yes.
It's good. Kansas City's average at best right now. Mm-hmm. Available bullpen's almost a 4 ERA. Available bullpen for Minnesota is under 1 ERA. But the first 5 innings, give me Lugo at home on the hill, toe in the rubber for Kansas City tonight. There's a free play for you. We gave you a prop play. Anything going on in the world of Griffin Murphy before we sign off?
No, man, other than we've been sports handicapping over here, brother. You know me, I'm doing my thing. I'm trading. I'm actually in the world of Griffin Murphy outside of all of this. I'm actually going to go over to Lifetime after this and play some pickleball with Nick Macon. We went over there yesterday. We were playing with people. We had an absolute riot. I mean, I shelled, went undefeated. Kidding me? We don't lose in pickleball. So I'm going back there. I'm going to get a nice workout in and play some pickleball today, Tony. That's what my day is looking like after the Vegas beat with you.
There you go. That sounds fun. I just joined a country club here in town. They've got like 10 pickleball courts. They're brand new. Now, all the youngins, the youngsters, the kids, they're out there playing, but they have adult time. And that court's small enough I can move around with that bad knee of mine a little bit and still, plus me, I need physical activity.
Tony, go get a pickleball paddle and start ripping. I'm telling you, anybody can play. Anybody. Yesterday, I think I played a man. He was 80 years old. I mean, he had the headband. He was banded up, ready to go. Granted, I torched him 11-1, but everybody can play. It is so fun. It is a sensational game, dude. Hell of a workout. You wake up, all your joints are sore. You don't even know what muscles you worked out, drenched in sweat. Couldn't recommend a better sport for anybody that wants to actually get some physical activity in them. Go play some damn pickleball, baby.
Well, if you want some betting activity, DocSports is a place to be. We got a free $60 link in the description below or a tab on the website. We'll park $60 in a new account. Comes with a profit guarantee. No hassles. So if you just expand the description below the vid today, it'll pop up, or just go to the website. It says free 60 upper left-hand corner of the website. Park $60 in your account, thumbs up and subscribe, all those good things. Now, Griff is doing the Dirty 6:30 every day.
Yep, Monday through
with
Friday.
Nick. You're also, are you on Docs Daily 5 days a week?
I am, Monday through Friday.
Look at you. Look at you getting all famous and stuff.
Nonstop, man. Nonstop. Oh, man.
I'm glad. Hey, man, take the torch. I'm done. I'm winding down.
You can have it. You can have it.
Oh, I'm on Docs Daily every Tuesday as well. This podcast, we're putting out a lot more free play content than we have in the past. We got ourselves a little behind the scenes producer that does some nice little graphics for us and try and do, keep up there with the Joneses. I mean, we're already better, but they're trying to, we just kind of, we're free-handing it a little bit, for lack of a better term, so now we got some like nice thumbnails and some, but the content's all that matters. If you polish a horse turd for 5 hours and it's all shiny when you're done, it's still a horse turd. I mean, so here's the bottom line. It's what's inside that counts. Yep. And trust me, we got some of the best content out there. The website is loaded with almost free play write-ups on almost every game and every sport in the country, And by the way, check me out on the weekends. I'm loving me and making me some money in the UFL, little spring football.
There you go.
St. Louis got a hell of a ball club. Laid 8 with them this weekend.
I got a 4-play card this weekend too, Tony. I'm in the UFL as well.
You are? I did not know that.
My first year, I cranked up the algorithm. I started punching in numbers, generated it, back tested it, ran it all through, and I said, hey, this looks good. So we're firehousing tonight, or we're firehousing for this weekend, Tony.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. Again, I apologize for the Masters top 10, top 20 screw up today. That was my bad. Had bad odds in there because I looked at a different screen because they did something they've never done before, and I was assuming, and just my bad. So let's just do 4 days of nothing but head-to-head winners. What the hell?
Oh, what it is.
Yeah, and Griff, don't try and call me. Don't try and FaceTime me. Don't try and do anything with me Thursday through Sunday.
I know the drill.
It's Masters. Yeah, I'm going to get up at 4:30 in the morning, do my work, start putting the bases back in, do some props. And I got a 4-unit prop tonight in the NBA. Get that squared away. That's all I got tonight. And I'm going to be doing some master stuff. We'll get the bases rolling. DocSports is where you need to be. Pardon me. Oh, that's my body calling out for whiskey.
That's damn right.
That's my mating. That's my mating call. That's
Is
my
it happy hour yet? It's 1:30. You're late, dude.
It will be for Masters tomorrow, but that is my body's mating call for Jim B. Yeah. It's true, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Get to DocSports. Get yourself some winners. Back at you next Wednesday.